Hey everybody, this is Mr. Combs, and I want to talk today, or in this video, about formatting Microsoft Word for essays in this class using APA. So, I don't know if you know this or not, but all students and employees of KCTCS have access to Microsoft Word and Microsoft's other products. So you have the whole Microsoft 365, I think 365 suite. So I would like for everything that you turn in this class to be a Word document. So I want to show you now how to set that up and also how to set that up using APA format. So the first thing you're going to do is you're here at My Path, and when you click on My Path, then you'll notice here that this may look a little bit different than your My Path because this is where this is a faculty member's um, My Path screen, but it looks similar. And you'll notice that up here in the corner, in the left hand corner, I guess at the top, you will see a little grid here, a little waffle icon. I think that's what that's called. So if you click on it, then it will bring up Outlook. You can check your email from here, but you can also open Outlook here. It'll bring up Word, PowerPoint, uh, SharePoint. I'm not sure what Sway is, but Excel if you need to use Excel for any of your classes, Teams if you need to use Teams for any of your classes. Um, and you can just choose, for example, Word, and it will open up a Word document um, right in the web browser, so you don't have to download anything. Now, if you would like to download Word or Microsoft Office to your computer, I've been told that if you click on the waffle icon and you click Office, that will take you to some place where you can download right on your computer. Okay, so if you want to do that, that's fine. But if you want to use the um, document just in the web browser, you can do that too. So that's what I will do today. And I'm going to show you how to format a document. So if I click on blank document, it's going to open up a document. And so APA style requires that you have 1-inch margins all around, which that's the default. But I'm going to show you how to check to make sure. It requires that your document be double spaced and that you use a clear font in an appropriate size. Now, I suggest that you use Times New Roman 12 point. So that's what I'm going to ask you to use, and I'm going to show you how to set that up in Word. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that my document has 1-inch margin. So I'm going to click on Layout. And when you click on Layout, you'll notice that there is a menu that says Margins. So I'm going to click on Margins. And it says Normal, which is the default 1-inch. But I'm just going to click on that just to make sure. If it says something besides 1-inch, you can make sure that you click on the 1-inch margins. Okay. Now, the next thing is I want to make sure that my document is double spaced. So if you'll notice, I'm going to go back to home, but if you'll notice, if you look at the menu that you have up here, you'll notice that there at the end there are three dots. If you click on those three dots, that is more options. And we're going to look at line spacing. And for line spacing, we're going to go ahead and choose 2. So that's going to make this double spaced. Now, I also said that you need to have Times New Roman. So I'm going to click here. This says Calibri now, which I think that's how you say that. I'm terrible at pronouncing things. But I need this to be Times New Roman. So that is the font type or the font name. And this is the font size. And I want that to be size 12. Now, the next thing is that APA requires for student papers that you have the page number in the top right corner. That's the only heading you need. If you were writing a paper as a scholar using APA or as a professional using APA, you would need to have a shortened version of the title as a running head. But you don't need to have anything in the running head as a student except the page number. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on Insert. And this is a header, so you might think you'll click on Header Footer, but specifically this is a header that's just the page number, so I'm going to click on Page Numbers. So I'm going to click on Page Numbers, and it will give me a choice, and I would like to put the page in the top right. And when I do that, it has this little number symbol, and I'm going to click so that it shows you the header and it shows you the footer. You could add something there if you want, but we don't need to. So I'm going to click back into the middle of the document. And now it tells me here that it has a header. It doesn't show, but trust me, it will be there. Okay, so now we need to format our paper. So for APA, you need a title page. So the title page, the information on the title page should start 4 or 5 spaces from the top. So I'm going to hit enter about 4 spaces or 5, it doesn't matter, but I'm just going to do 4. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I realize that's putting a double space in, but I guess I shouldn't say 4 spaces, but you should hit enter 4 times. I think that'll actually put like 8 spaces in maybe, but that you should hit enter 4 or 5 times. And I realize it's going to be double spaced. Okay, now I need for everything to be centered. So I'm going to leave insert and go back to home. So everything on the title page should be centered in the page. So if you look here at this icon, it has a bunch of lines. It's the text alignment icon. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to click the second icon in that menu because that will center things. Now, this has changed to Calibri body and 11 again. Sometimes it does that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to Times New Roman and 12. Always check that before you start typing. Now, the title needs to be in bold. So I might say title goes here. Some people like to put a subtitle. So if you want to have a little catchy title, but then explain it a little bit in a more, in a less snappy or a less catchy, but more explanatory subtitle, you could put a colon here and then hit enter and then put the subtitle. So what you might do is something like, you might use a phrase like cooking with the family, and then your subtitle might be how spending the evening in teaches your kids cooking with your family teaches your kids responsibility or something. So the title might be a little flashy title, something to grab your reader's attention, and then you can explain more in the subtitle. If you do not want to put a flashy title in there, then you would only use what you might use for the subtitle as the title. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit enter after the title another 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to put the rest of the information that goes on the title page. So this other information should not be in bold, but you should have your name. So I'm going to use just because I'm going to use my name as the professor's name. So I'm just going to use a regular, some made up name, Sam Jones. So you could say, so you're Sam Jones. You're going to hit enter. You're going to put, excuse me, Hazard Community and Technical College. You're going to put the name of the course. So our course is English 101. And then I'm going to put Writing 1. You don't have to put Writing 1. I just like to do that. You can just put English 101 if you like. I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to put my professor's name. So your professor's name is Mr. Jerry Michael Combs. And you're going to put the date. So the date that I'm typing this, I'll say is July 25th, 2022. Okay, and so now you have the title page. Now you're ready to start the essay. So on the first page of the actual essay, your title page is page 1. On page 2, which is the first page of your essay, what you're going to do is you're going to put the title that you used on your title page at the beginning. So the title at the beginning, or at the top, we'll say in bold. And I'm going to say this should be the same title as on title page. And in fact, I don't think that I'm going to do one more. Oh, well, no, okay. So notice how it looks strange there, but I think this puts it at the top. And you know what? You could always check that by going to File and Print. And when you hit File and Print, and click Print this document, it will bring up a preview. So here's the first page, and this is the title on the second page. So I'm going to cancel that because I'm not ready to print, so I'm going to close this out. But that will, if you're unsure about spacing, then you can always print preview. So I'm going to hit enter once. I'm going to remove the bold, and I'm going to make this aligned at the left margin again. Now I'm going to hit tab, and you're going to hit tab every time you put in a new, or every time you start a new paragraph, you're going to hit tab to indent. So I'm going to say this, I didn't get rid of bold for some reason. So get rid of bold there. This is my first paragraph. I am happy, I don't know what to say, to be writing this essay in English 101. English is my favorite subject in school. And if you were right, so you would write your paragraph, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit enter and then tab again, and I'm going to hit this is my second paragraph. I might provide some background here. I don't know. So there you go. That's your essay. Now, one of the things that you might do is if you notice that I don't think that there's a lot of space in between paragraphs, but if you notice that there's an extra space or the space is a little wider, then what you can do, and you can really do this before you start typing, But what I might do is I might say something like, I might highlight. If you've typed some, you can highlight. And then I might go over here to line spacing. And then I might say remove space after paragraph. And when you remove space after paragraph, it removes one of the spaces so that you don't have that extra space there. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and say line spacing again. And to make sure, so sometimes when you highlight, it will only affect what is highlighted. So always make sure that when you don't have it highlighted, that the rest of the document will follow that too. And you do that by going to line spacing. And if it says add a space after paragraph, that means that you have removed that. So it says add a space. We don't want to add a space, we want to remove it. So it's been removed, and now I can continue typing. Now, I'm going to hit enter because at the end of your essay, you will have a works cited page or a references page, a place where you have all of the sources that you've used in your essay. So on the references page, we're going to go back to center. We're going to use bold, and we're going to put the word references in bold at the top. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to go back to left alignment, and I'm going to remove the bold. And now I'm going to start typing my references. So I'm just going to I'm going to type a reference in here. You will see a PowerPoint presentation that will tell you how to do or cite references that are books, that are magazines. So I'm just going to list one here because I want to show you one thing about indenting. So let me just type this real quickly. Uh-oh. I've misspelled Severus. There we go. So you might be thinking, well, how do you know where everything goes? And I've misspelled philosophy. One of the things I hate to do is type in front of people. And I know that I'm just typing this on a video, but still. And this is not Vasham, it's Basham. So you'll have a video that tells you how to do that. But what I want to say is that now I need to use hanging indent indentation for my references. So what that means is that unlike my paragraphs, I'm not going to indent the first line, but I am going to indent the second line. So normally what happens is you can just hit tab. I'm not sure exactly how to do that online, so I'm thinking that I might hit control and tab. Okay, that does not work. Maybe if I just hit tab. Okay, yeah. So if you just, it works, I guess, just like in the it works just like it does in the document if it's downloaded on, if you have Word downloaded on your computer. You just hit tab over on the second line. So that's the way your references should look. And then if you'll hit enter, and the next reference will start at the left alignment, and then if you have 2 or 3 lines for the second reference, you can indent those, okay? So that's how you set up your document in Word. If you have any questions, please let me know as soon as possible. And I hope everything's going smoothly for you in the class so far. And I will see you next time in the next video.